In 2025, the electric Grand Tour market isn't just heating up, it's detonating. And at the center of the battlefield are two names that carry enough heritage to make even casual car fans sit up straight: Porsche and Lotus. On one side, you have the Porsche Taycan, the EV that silenced skeptics who said an electric Porsche could never feel like the real thing. On the other, the brand new Lotus Emeya, a British missile designed to prove that Lotus can not only survive the electric age, but dominate it. And make no mistake, this isn't a polite tea-sipping rivalry. This is a duel between two very different philosophies of speed, luxury, and performance, and the winner could redefine what we expect from electric GTs for the next decade. Porsche's Taycan enters this fight as a battle-hardened veteran with years of refinement, multiple trim levels from the sensible 4S to the ballistic Turbo S, and a reputation for precision engineering that borders on obsessive. Its 800-volt architecture still delivers some of the fastest charging speeds in the industry. Go from 10% to 80% in around 18 minutes if you can find the right station. And its dual or tri-motor setups can throw you from 0 to 60 in under 2.5 seconds in the top trims. The handling? Uncanny. Porsche's chassis tuning wizardry means the Taycan dances through corners like it's reading your mind, with steering feedback so natural, you forget you're in an EV until the silence hits between apexes. But the Lotus Emeya? This is the new disruptor. And Lotus didn't arrive to play nice. Underneath that low-slung, aero-sculpted body is a dual-motor setup, pushing out up to 905 horsepower. Yes, you read that right, making it one of the most powerful production cars the brand has ever built. And while Porsche's Turbo S can match it in a sprint, the Emeya's mission is different. It wants to be the electric GT that feels alive, that gives you that raw, analog thrill Lotus has built its reputation on, even as it hurls you to 60 mph in a hair over 2.7 seconds. The twist? The Emeya's 102-gauge battery and 800-volt platform give it charging speeds rivaling, and in some tests beating, the Taycan, with Lotus claiming up to 310 miles of range under WLTP conditions. Real world, expect a bit less, but still enough to outgun most daily driving needs. Here's where the geekery really kicks in. Porsche's engineering team has spent years perfecting torque vectoring, adaptive suspension, and battery cooling to deliver repeatable performance lap after lap without thermal fade. The Taycan's track endurance is legendary for an EV, and even the skeptics who scoff at electric cars melting under sustained abuse have to shut up when a Taycan Turbo S quietly obliterates lap times without a hint of power loss. Lotus, on the other hand, took its expertise in lightweight chassis and applied it to a car that, yes, is heavier than any Lotus in history, nearly 2.5 tons, but still manages to feel nimble thanks to an obsessively low center of gravity and active aerodynamic elements that adjust in milliseconds to keep it glued to the tarmac. At high speeds, the Emeya deploys a massive rear wing for stability, but retracts it at cruising speeds to slice through the air with a drag coefficient that would make a fighter jet jealous. Porsche's Taycan fights back with its slippery, understated design. No giant wings, just a sculpted body honed in wind tunnels, with active air flaps and a deployable rear spoiler that keep it balanced without shouting for attention. The Taycan's elegance is in its restraint. The Emeya's drama is in its unapologetic aggression. Inside, these two cars couldn't feel more different. The Taycan's cabin is a masterclass in Porsche ergonomics. Clean, tech-forward, but never at the expense of driver focus. Multiple displays, haptic feedback controls, and the option for passenger-side infotainment make it feel futuristic without feeling alien. The seats? Supportive enough for track days, but plush enough for a 500-mile road trip. The Emeya's interior, in contrast, is a statement piece. Luxury meets motorsport. Lotus has gone all in with sustainable materials, high-quality fabrics, and a driver-focused cockpit that somehow still feels airy thanks to the panoramic glass roof. The gauge cluster is minimal, but razor sharp. The infotainment is intuitive, and the seats hug you like they know exactly how many G's you're about to pull. But here's the big twist most buyers won't see coming: price positioning. The Taycan lineup starts well below the Emeya, with base models in the low $90,000 0 cents S before options, while the Turbo S rockets into the $200,000 0 cents range if you tick enough boxes. The Emeya, Lotus is aiming squarely at the high end, with early indications suggesting it will start in the $120,000, 0 cents $130,000 range and climb fast depending on trim and options. That means while Porsche can play in both the accessible luxury and hyper-performance segments, Lotus is betting on a more niche, all-in buyer who wants exclusivity and is willing to pay for it. That could be a gamble, but it also makes the Emeya feel rarer, more special, a car you'll see once in a blue moon instead of twice on the same block in Beverly Hills. Then there's the brand factor. Porsche has decades of sports car dominance and a proven EV track record now with the Taycan. They've built trust with enthusiasts who might have been skeptical about going electric. Lotus, while legendary among purists, is still proving itself in the EV era. The Emeya is their statement of intent. Either it lands and people start putting Lotus in the same EV conversation as Porsche and Tesla, or it misses and becomes another what could have been in the brand's turbulent history. And make no mistake, this isn't just about sales numbers. This is about bragging rights in the rapidly evolving electric performance space, where whoever masters the blend of range, speed, handling, and desirability will own the segment for years. In raw specs, they're surprisingly close. Both are around 2.5 to 2.7 seconds to 60 mph. Both have top speeds just shy of 160 mph. Both offer around 300 miles of range under ideal conditions, and both can charge from nearly empty to 80% in under 20 minutes with the right infrastructure. But the way they deliver that performance is night and day. The Taycan is surgical, refined, a scalpel. The Emeya is emotional, visceral, a sledgehammer wrapped in silk. Which one's better? That depends on whether you want your EV Grand Tourer to feel like a Swiss watch or like a live performance from your favorite rock band. Both are beautiful, but the experience couldn't be more different. And here's the wild card in this war. The EV landscape is shifting faster than any other segment in automotive history. Porsche is already working on Taycan updates to push range and performance even further, and Lotus is rumored to have an even lighter, more track-phobic Emeya variant in the pipeline. This fight isn't ending in 2025, it's just getting started. But as of today, standing in the showroom, the choice is as much about identity as it is about performance. Do you side with the precision, heritage, and bulletproof reliability of Porsche? Or do you take a chance on the bold, breathless newcomer that's rewriting the rules? In the war of EV Grand Tourers, there's no wrong answer, only the one that makes your pulse race every time you hit the accelerator. If you loved this deep dive into two of the most exciting EV Grand Tourers of 2025, hit that like button to show the algorithm you're part of the Car Geek Army. Drop a comment. Are you Team Taycan or Team Emeya, and why? And make sure you subscribe with notifications on, because our next video is going under the hood of the fastest electric hypercar you've never heard of, and trust me, you're going to want to see it.